Hi Scorpio, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 16th to the 22nd. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here, and then we're going to go ahead and pull an affirmation card for you all from this deck here. So without further ado, my darlings, let's see what's happening for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising in the week ahead. Alrighty, my dears, here is card number 1. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for Scorpio. And I think there might be 2 cards there. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Scorpio. There we are. Monday, Tuesday, we have be true to your heart. Now, this came up for Pisces in the Monday, Tuesday spot. So maybe you have Pisces in your chart somewhere. Or another viewer, gosh. I have to go back and look at the name. She brought up a really good point. She said, you know, because we all have the different elements of the signs in our chart, but it might be helpful to look at where Pisces lands in your chart, like what house it's in, and that might give you a good idea of in what way this is going to be affecting you in your life. Wherever Pisces may fall, whatever house that's in for you. But the card in Be True to Your Heart coming up overall, even if you don't, don't panic if you don't know if you have Pisces in your chart or what house it's in. The overall message, Scorpio, for Monday, Tuesday, because we are water signs and Pisces are water signs, it could be a water sign thing, is going to be about doing what feels good to you, doing what feels right to you. Scorpio, I feel a lot of you for a very long time have been in this energy where you've been wanting to do something a little bit more fulfilling. Now, Scorpios are coming out of a very challenging time. I've said this in previous videos. You know, we had a really rough 10 to 12 year patch a while back ago, and it's only been the last couple of years where things have begun getting better. So you may have had a lot of accomplishments, or you may have overcome a lot of really major obstacles, and you may be grateful for these things, but your vision is turning to wanting to do things with more depth, more purpose, more value, more beauty. And so I feel that a lot of you Monday, Tuesday are thinking of ways of bringing this into your life and creating this into your life. And so as such, you may be pulling away from a lot of things that have been taking your time. If you are a self-employed Scorpio, you may be cutting back on work hours, or you may be cutting back on certain services or products that you provide as you are working on going in a new direction, or other projects. You may be pulling away from people or relationships that are very draining or time consuming or taking a lot of your energy, because you're feeling very guided to do something with more depth, more purpose, more value, more depth. And I feel that a lot of you have been holding back so as not to, you know, have certain people feel left out, or you know, you haven't wanted to make anybody uncomfortable by the things you've been wanting to pursue, and now you're like, I can't do that anymore, I can't be in that way anymore, I have to be true to who I am, to where I'm headed, to what I'm doing. So you're taking steps, you know. So if you've been holding on to a belief system that no longer serves you, but you've been holding on because you didn't want to rock the boat, or you didn't want to upset anybody, you may be walking away from certain belief systems. Or maybe you haven't been very public about certain aspects of your life because there may be friends or family that are like embarrassed by it or something, and you're like, you know what, I don't want to hide who I am, or I don't want to hide what I'm doing. So you may be coming out more into the open in this way. This bird is really kind of jumping out at me here. Let's take a look at this. And as always, I encourage you guys to take a look at the picture and see what is jumping out at you and what that means to you. I think this may be a hummingbird. That looks like a hummingbird to me. Hummingbirds are a symbol of infinity, like everlasting energy and being in your joy. Okay. And here there's this, like these crystals or these diamonds in her hand, and they're just kind of like exploding with light. So I really feel like you're wanting to do more creative things where you're actually physically creating with your hands. you're actually creating something expressive with your hands. So you may be getting into sculpting, you may be getting into making a product, and selling a product. If you're self-employed, you may be wanting to invent something, or you may have ideas, regardless of whether you're self-employed or not. You may be wanting to invent something, create something, something with the work of your hands. I do feel that a lot of you are becoming very fascinated with energy healing and holistic healing. So there may be an element of healing with the hands, you know, so maybe you're wanting to get into this or look into this, like, you know, doing old-fashioned healing or holistic healing. And some of you may just wanting to be creating, you know, making, you know, things with your hands. But a lot of energy, a lot of power in the hands. I feel some of you may even have very beautiful hands. You may have people that like comment on your hands, like, oh, you have such pretty hands. And so there could be something here where you're feeling very kind of connected with your hands and the energy in your hands. Some of you may even be feeling like your hands feel very hot. You may be more aware of your hands. As you're coming into your heart center, as you're coming into your emotions, you may be very aware of your hands if you have healing abilities. One of the things that I can tell you, when you do energy healing and you learn how to do energy healing, you will have your hands really, really heat up. Your hands can get very, very hot. I know when I've done energy healing on people, they've been like, oh, are you using a hot pad? Like, can you turn down the heat on the hot pad? I was like, they're not hot pads, they're my hands. They don't have a control dial, you know? So that is one of the ways in which sometimes energy is felt, like during energy healings and things, you may feel it through heat. So I do feel there's some kind of like healing aspect here for some of you, and for others of you it's more like a creating, you know, making something. This phonograph here too, like music. You might be getting really into your music, you might be getting really into your feelings. Some of you may be composing music or wanting to do some kind of project with music or sound healing. But I feel, Scorpio, you guys are really, really in the heart center. And this is very random. But we have the butterfly wings here, the butterfly wings. And something about this style makes me think of like the very vintage, very ornate, like the 20s, like the Gatsby era kinds of stuff. And so for this reason, I feel like some of you might be really connecting with a lot of past life energy, which is interesting because there's a new moon coming up the week after this, but Scorpios are very sensitive to moon energy, so you may be feeling it kind of early. The new moon coming in next week is going to clear out a lot of past life stuff. A lot of past life stuff, a lot of karmic stuff. So some of you very spiritual Scorpios may be getting very in tune with your past lives as you're in this heart space, and you may be having dreams that are taking you back to your past lives, or epiphanies, or things might be coming to you in meditation. And this may be part of your release. Your next card here, or I should say cards, because you had two come out. Is be in service and assurance. And this one's really important. You know, we have a lot happening right now with the whole COVID thing. A lot of people are freaking out, and it's understandable. It's a scary situation, you know. And a lot of people are on lockdown. Some people are having their hours cut. Some people are having their you know, businesses closed, or they're having to work from home or working less. And so there can be a lot of fear here right now. Or if you're self-employed, you know, your business might be taking a bit of a hit right now. I know with me, I have a few readings coming in, but it is slow. I'm booked until like mid-May, like, or beginning of sorry, not May, I'm sorry, April, like beginning of April. And so I have readings, I have work that have already been booked, but I have noticed that, you know, people are maybe a little bit more afraid to book readings, or I don't know, it hasn't been as busy for me either. But it could just be, right, for a lot of us, that there's something here with the energy of this is the season, right? And the season passes, because that's the symbolism here in the trees. Like, we have winter, we have the fall, we have the winter, we have the spring, and we have summer. So this is basically telling you, that you're coming into the energy of, if things are slow now, it's a temporary thing. Don't be afraid. This is the season. In the meantime, what Spirit wants you to do is to be in service. So if you're finding yourself with more time, or if you're finding yourself catching up, maybe you're very, very busy, right? I said it's slow as far as new things getting booked, but I have plenty on calendar, so whatever it is, if things are slow or if you have a lot going on, stay in the focus of being in service. Right? Like right now, this is the time for you to focus on being in service, not to lose the joy in what you're doing, not to lose the joy in helping others, not to lose your joy in the way in which you are allowing Spirit to move through you and to work through you, the ways in which you are bringing about a change and a difference. The seahorse is jumping out at me here, and the seahorse here very much is like father energy. And we're looking at the way in which, she's kind of nursing the father. It's like she's giving it something, or she's feeding this seahorse energy. So some of you may be doing something healing towards your father or father figure, or you may be trying to focus on the positive aspects of your father or father figure in your life as you're going through this clearing, as you're going through the past life stuff. The shell here, this nautilus is a spiral, is like ascension. So there's something really special happening here with something that you're clearing from your paternal side. If not your father, then an inherited energy from your father's side. Like maybe you didn't know your dad or something, but there could be like you're making peace with the energy from that side, or you're releasing the issues from that side through love or through a very loving way. And you're ascending here. You're ascending to higher vibration. I love the horn here because she looks very gentle. She looks very sweet. She looks very kind, very nurturing. She's being very gentle towards this seahorse. But this little spike here, it's like, and this protection here, like this great big helmet, right? So like maybe the most delicate part of her, it's very protected. And, you wouldn't want to get headbutted with that, right? So I also feel, Scorpio, that a lot of you are moving forward in your purpose, in your work, in your kindness, in your love, but you're also feeling very protected, right? You're feeling very protected, you're feeling very safe, and you're finding that beautiful balance between being strong but also being gentle. Something about this card makes me think of the Strength card in the tarot. Okay, so write out if you're really busy and overwhelmed, or if things are slow for you, or if you're concerned about, finances not flowing. Remind yourself this is like a temporary thing, right? It's a season, and in the meantime, focus on your craft, focus on your gift, focus on the ways in which you can be of service and that you can be of help right now. Okay. Especially those of you that are coming into your healing abilities. We need healers right now. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is celebrate differences. Now, this card came up in the early part of the week for Aries. It's coming up for you, Scorpio, towards the end of the week. Okay. And so this is a card, again, you can go and look at the pictures and things that are jumping out at you. I want to point out to you, Scorpio, you guys have had shells in every single one of your cards. The shells are very much water, very much emotion, very much uncovering deep emotion, but you also have spiral and spiral. So ascension is really, really, really being emphasized here. You're going through an energy upgrade. You're going through a shift, coming up into higher energy. And this nautilus shell here, my dear, it makes me think of, I actually have one. It's not usually on my table. It's crazy that it's on my table right now. This is like a fossilized prehistoric, gosh, I'm forgetting what it's called. Oh, maybe one of you already know it, so maybe you're already putting it in the comments. But this is like basically a prehistoric shellfish. I can't remember the name. It's the shell. but this is actually associated with the astrological sign of Scorpio, and it's very good for Scorpio energy and for spiritual healing purposes, you know, to tap into healing emotions, to tap into that powerful Scorpio energy. And so it's basically a big show like this, and this is like well, actually no, it's more of like a twisty thing, but gosh, what is it called? Anyway, it made me think of this, but this is the Scorpio element of healing, okay, of like healing, ascension, the realms of the emotions. Okay, that's what that's making me think of. Dolphins are very playful, unicorns very magical, pure intention, creativity. So you're finding a lot of your gentleness, you're finding a lot of your playfulness, you're finding a lot of your magic. Dreaming. A lot of you are going to be receiving messages through dreams and dreaming. Scorpio, I feel some of you may be doing something very nurturing, or you're going to have the opportunity to do something very nurturing. So maybe you're kind of turning your attention towards doing something with children or doing something with the elderly. Some of you are feeling moved or guided, and maybe in light of the recent events and what we're seeing around the world, you might be feeling more motivated to do that. But some of you may really, really be feeling very, very moved to do like death doula work. Death doulas are, you know, people who are certified. You have to get trained. You can't just be like, oh, I'm a death doula. You have to go get trained. But they basically hold somebody's hand through the final days. Like if somebody is sick or they know they're nearing the end, they're kind of like a spiritual advisor, they're kind of like a caregiver, and depending on how advanced you get, you may even do that person's burial, or do something so that it feels very personal. It's not just something very cold or very like, they know who's handling their remains after they cross over, and so they pass with like a reassurance of knowing this. So some of you may be getting into that realm. That's kind of a growing field right now. Some of you may be getting into the realm of wanting to do more with like spiritual development for children, but there's just this healing energy, wanting to bring the spiritual realm into the physical realm, as above so below. Just very, very, very healing energy. Healing, reassuring, soothing energy. I feel Scorpio, a lot of you are stepping into some role as like a leader in some way. Like you're coming into leadership. You're seeing that there's a lot of fear right now in the world. And you're taking it very seriously. Like you're taking the issues and the changes very seriously. You're not like just laughing them off like, oh, it's whatever, it's nothing. Like that things are about to really change on the world front and on the world scene, and you're stepping in and you're being of service, and you're taking some kind of leadership role. And for some of you, it may be with the elderly. Some of you, it may be with young children. Some of you, you're just being like this beacon of light, or you're just trying to bring about positivity in your way or reassurance in your way. I feel like we're going to see a big surge of a lot of Scorpio energy healers coming on the scene. Energy healers who are Scorpios, or spiritual, metaphysical leaders who are Scorpios. I think a lot of Scorpios are here for that purpose, because we are the sign of rebirth. We are the sign of creation, of recreating, right? So nobody knows what it's like to crash and burn and rise again like a Scorpio. And there's a lot of resurrection energy we're going to be coming into as a whole, as a society. And I feel like a lot of Scorpios are going to be stepping up and helping man through those stages. We're going to go ahead and pull your affirmation card, my darlings. See what's coming up. Alrighty, my dears. And again, these are general readings. It might resonate with you. It might not. Be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign video. and see if that resonates more. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. If you want to click on the Calendly link and schedule a private reading there. And you have here your affirmation: my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force, they come through freedom. Oh gosh, how beautiful is that? And look, we have all these beautiful cards, these nurturing, this playfulness, this magic, being true to your heart. You know, this is all aligning with this. And there's that new moon happening in Aries the following week, which is going to be about clearing the past life stuff and clearing the karmic stuff. So your release is going to come through feeling like you're taking this burden off your shoulders, like you're just allowing yourself to be. You're stepping into who you are and what you want to do. And what I love about this card is how much orange and pink is in here. Orange is associated with Archangel Uriel. This makes me feel Archangel Uriel is with us, my dears, and Archangel Jophiel with the pink is with us. Jophiel comes in at the time of a new beginning where she's helping bring beauty and positivity into our thoughts, our words, our actions, our environment, to bring positivity and beauty to every aspect of ourselves and our surroundings, to help us see ourselves the way that heaven sees us, to help us see others the way that heaven sees them, and to bring beauty into our life and our thoughts. Uriel helps us overcome obstacles quickly and effortlessly. So you're going to find if there's obstacles, especially with that other card here, if you feel like there's a slow period or something that you're worried about, or you don't know how you're going to get everything done, Uriel is going to help get over that quickly and effortlessly. You're going to see big results in a very short period of time. Okay, Uriel helps us to conquer obstacles, helps us overcome obstacles, helps us come into that positive, victorious energy in that way. So beautiful affirmation: my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force, they come through freedom. If you're looking for more detailed love info, I do the love reading separate on this channel. You can click on the love video link in the description and watch those. You can check out the channeled angel messages or message that's posted, linked in the description. And again, guys, if you feel these weekly videos are helpful and you feel like they might help somebody else, go ahead and share them, or simply hit the like button or comment. This helps YouTube suggest it to other people, and maybe we can spread more positivity to more people in that way. And if you would like daily messages, be sure to follow and like Amethyst Angellight on Facebook and Instagram. Every single day I post a message of the day there, and I post a fun little pick a card game, so take advantage of those as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful week.